So here is a cookie recipe for the sweet tooth, and kids happen to love this one. I can't imagine why. These are my white chocolate crunch cookies. So very similar to the chocolate cashew cookie video, we're going to make that nice sturdy cookie base. So 115 grams of soft butter, 100 grams of white castor sugar, and 55 grams of brown sugar. So just put that to the side. We're going to prep our flour, okay? So 215 grams of plain, just all-purpose flour. Give it a sieve, because when we do throw this into the mixture, our stirring and our mixing is pretty much over. So we just want to get out any lumps. Now, my good old friend, the stand mixer, the bane of my life. We are going to cream our butter and our sugars together for a good few minutes, okay? We might need to stop this once or twice to scrape down the sides, but we want to not just cream this, we want to cream it to the point where we see the colour lighten ever so slightly, and we want the structure to be we want it to be sturdy. So when we put our spatula in like this, we want to be able to scoop a bit of cookie dough, turn it upside down, and it's not going to move, okay? So if there's any kind of runniness or creaminess left in it, it's not ready. So once it's at that stage, throw in a half teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence, and a room temperature egg. Crack that in there. And we're not going to give it much mix. We're just going to go round and round till that yolk kind of vanishes into the cream. You might need to scrape down the sides, but that's all the mixing we're going to do. Same with the flour. I added in 2 or 3 batches just to try and prevent it poofing up in my face when I press go. It is an exercise in futility. But here we go. I've done a couple of rounds of flour, and here is our cookie dough. It is sturdy. It's stiff. I'm going to transfer it all into this bowl. So here is our lovely cookie dough. Now, before we mix anything in, if you want to take half of that and freeze it, go ahead. You can freeze this cookie dough, defrost it at a later time. This makes a batch of 6 cookies. So I'm going to add in 100 grams of white chocolate chips. You can add in more if you like. You can add in less if you like. And cornflakes. I know it's random, but this is kind of the crunch part. So these are just 30 grams of generic, they're not even the cornflake from Kellogg's. These are like the generic store brand, like breakfast cereal flakes. And you're just going to crunch them up. You can throw them in a Ziploc bag and smash them around. Little hands love to do that. Dump that in and give it a mix. Just try and get it as well combined as you can. Just try and do this part with a wooden spoon or a spatula to stop it, kind of melting in your hands, just with the chocolate chips in there. And I've seen similar kinds of cookies that just do the cookie dough and the chocolate chips or whatever other filling, and they make them into the cookie balls and then they roll it in, like the cornflake flakes after, or the crunched up cornflakes. I've always just kind of mixed it into my cookie, but it's up to you. So this is going to go into your oven, which should be preheated to 180 Celsius, 10 to 12 minutes. That is all they need. And you'll see yourself, they're going to hold their structure. They're not going to spread out too much. They're a very attractive cookie, if I do say so myself. Now, these will be very ooey gooey on the inside. So even after kind of 10 minutes or so, when you can pick them up and they've stiffened up, they're not like wobbly or anything anymore, they're still going to be very ooey gooey in the middle. Now, if you're someone who loves an ooey gooey cookie, perfect. Even if you want to like cut one down the middle in half and put it with a scoop of ice cream, it would make a lovely dessert. But I'm going to show you what it looks like at the different stages. So I'm going to crack one open now at the 10-minute mark, just to give you an idea of how soft it will still be in the middle. So 10-minute mark, okay? Some people are like, yeah, that's my jam. Other people will think that this is not cooked. Trust me, it is. You just have to leave them stand. So here's the 10-minute mark. Wouldn't that just be beautiful with a bit of ice cream? Yeah, I'm an ooey gooey cookie kind of person. This is the 20-minute mark. and then the 30-minute mark. So that's it. Simple as my white chocolate crunch cookies. Give them a go. I hope you enjoy them.